All right. A million things to discuss. Let's see. Title of this one: Bugs, Sewage, Pods, and Megacities. Okay, so we know about Klaus Schwab. He mentions the bugs, drinking sewage water. I'm living in pods. I'm owning nothing and being happy. I'm in these fucking megacities. I I think of it as like in the Jetsons. Let me check my comment. I think of it, as like George Jetson, fucking, the intro, from the Jetsons. He's in his fucking little car, in a little car on a spaceship. He drops off his wife and she takes all his money, all that bullshit. He drops off his kids. Let me check. Let me check this thing. Cubing speed. I'm in the house. Welcome. Yeah. So picture the Jetsons. You know, and they probably have digital currency, AI. And you know what's crazy? And you know what's crazy is there was cash in the Jetsons. So it wasn't exactly a prediction. It whenever I see something on the TV, I think it's I think it's usual. I think somebody who wants to. I think the people who want to deliver the message, the brainwashing, they decide, what's on TV, for the vast, most part. Um, as far as the eating the bugs and drinking in the sewage water, um, it's so that we can beg. I'm drinking bugs and eating sewage water is so that we beg for a great reset. I've heard. That's what it is. You know, I heard that they want things to get so bad, that they use the Great Reset, on top of the ashes, of their orchestrated, of their bullshit. They use the Great Reset because because people are eating each other. If there's no food, I could definitely see that. If it gets so bad, and there's no supermarkets. If it gets that bad, especially in big cities. I mean, people dropping, however they drop. When people see the as their only source, their only source, of food and sustenance. I could see it. I could see that. And there's no power. On some tough on winters if there's no power. On some tough winter. Okay. Um. It's one thing if air conditioning is out and that kind of sucks. Some tough winters if there's no fucking power in a big city. Like I don't see it happening. I don't know when it's gonna happen. There's so much talk. So much talk. Nuclear war and these food shortages and the supply chain, um, you know, and the power outages. It's very depressing. Shit. Don't get it. Don't make no mistake. Make no mistake. It's some disgusting shit. I'd rather be talking about entertaining shit. Women are a bunch of hoes. Men are a bunch of simps. 95%. I could go on and have a good time. Talking about that. But this is way more important. This is way, is way more important. And saying that most women, are a bunch of hoes. Most men are a bunch of fucking pussy worshipping, I'm simps. Most men are a bunch of pussy worshipping, simps, bathwater drinking, bathwater buying, foot pit paying for, um, I'm sucking farts, out of women's assholes, and that's why the market is so fucked up. That's why the sexual market is in the state, that it's in. You got simps, and it's like the chicken and the egg, with the simps and the hoes. It's like I don't know. Trying to think of a better example, comparison. Yeah, yeah. I think of I'm Dawn of the Dead, and you see the zombies, wild, you see the zombies attacking them wildly, and you see them just running after people and trying to eat them. There's a bunch of normies who don't know what to do and don't know what's happening, and they just start eating whatever they see. Comparison. It's pretty depressing. And the Great Reset is probably going to come after all of this bullshit. People are going to be like, yeah, I'm tired of eating. I'm tired of having calf for breakfast. You know, trying to say it in ways that doesn't sound like I'm a completely deranged, you know, person who they're going to say, oh, what are you spreading? All this bullshit. It's just my imagination. And have some bicep for breakfast. That's and I even ask myself, if I'm starving and there's nothing else, I'm starving and that's the only thing. Am I gonna do it? Something something when I was in the military, and whenever we asked each other, would you kill? Or would you do this? Would you do that? Some of the best answers, from my higher ups, some of the best answers from everybody is that I couldn't tell you unless I was in that situation. I'm right then and there. You know, I couldn't tell you unless it was happening. Unless it was happening, I'm right now. I couldn't tell you what I would do. And it's kind of true. Kind of true. Check my comments. I got cubing speed. Yeah, Jetsons. Yeah, the Jetsons. It makes me think. With AI, the Jetsons is like AI, and think about it. How many people, are around. You have the MegaCity. In the Jetsons. You have these have Mr. Spacely. You have George Jetson, and his family, and I think they had some neighbors. It was like the Flintstones, and it was like I Love Lucy, a little bit. To make a quick comparison. Yeah, yeah, the Jetsons and Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, the Jetsons and Dawn of the Dead are two cinematic productions. Or two media productions. You know, two media productions that I could see some big similarities, coming up in the not so distant. You know, if you read about read about read Agenda 21. Agenda 21. It it lays out the UN's plans. It lays out the plans. UN Agenda 21. It lays out everything they want to do. I'm leading up to 2031. And I think that there's a PDF, and I think there's a downloadable. I think there's a document that you can look it up, and I talk about climate change, and depopulation, and this and that. And digital currency, I'm not looking forward to whatsoever. Digital currency, carbon tax, and here's what's really fucked up. I think they might be almost ready, to launch AI, but they need some certain things in place, for them to launch AI. And then you think about Terminator, it's another thing. You think about Terminator, like and with Terminator, and there's two scenarios. Like, give me 1 second. And with Terminator, there's two scenarios. With Terminator, with the AI, it's either they're being controlled, by the humans, and they don't want to let you know, or the AI is legitimately taking control, and I wouldn't know what the truth was, unless I was an engineer. I couldn't tell you. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I hear some normies. Hold on, normies. Okay, man, I couldn't tell you. So. Yeah, with some other shows. Um, yeah, Cubing Speed, he's commenting, um, pretty much about what I'm talking about. This, Advanced Society of Jetsons. Yeah, and you look at George Jetson. He's got a dad bod. Look at George Jetson. I mean, I think I mean, if you look at Fred Flintstone, I think he would whoop George Jetson's ass. George Jetson, he has a skinny dad bod. He's skinny fat. He's got the dad bod. He's got the gut, and the rest of him, is skinny. He's skinny fat. George Jetson. And his wife, calls the shots, and takes all the money and manipulates them everything. You know, she sets in, she sets the tone. You know, and him, and him just like, and him, like Homer Simpson, or whatever, or the guy from King of Queens. These sitcom husbands. These TV show, these sitcom husbands. These husbands, they act like, they're a doofus, they're dithering, they defer, to their wife, because their wife, knows everything, because their wife has the almighty knowledge, and power, and logic, and just knows, how to run things, because that's an agenda. That's an agenda. I'm straight up, you know. They want the men, to be stupid, and weak. They want the men, to be stupid, and or weak, in the media. You're like, okay. What was that thing with Eddie Murphy? What was that thing? Remember Eddie Murphy? You remember the stand up? It was like the dude was like, okay. That's the thing. The simple go along with anything. Simple go along, and put up, with anything. Simple go along and put up with any. Simple go along with his wife's tantrums. With his wife, cheating. With his wife, henpecking. The simple go along with all of that. And there's two types of thirsts. And there's two types of thirst when you think of in the simp. When you think of men and their thirst, it's two types of thirst. It's either sex thirst or it's a relationship, I'm thirst, and it could be validation, I'm thirst, but with the two main ones, are, and I think that sex thirst is more healthy than relationship, thirst. Because sex is very straightforward. You're just trying to have a good time, and feel good, and bust some nuts, and the sex thirst, it's in the physical, and it's real. The relationship thirst, it can be delusional. It's very, the relationship thirst, it's what's the word? Codependent. The problem, with relationship thirst, compared to sex thirst, relationship thirst is very codependent. It's codependent in that, oh, you need the woman to do this. You want the woman around because of this and that. Meanwhile, the sex thirst to me is a million times better and more healthy. Because it's direct. It's in the physical, and it's real. It's in the physical, and and that's women's biggest use. Aside from cooking and cleaning. It's cooking and cleaning and sucking and fucking. Cooking, cleaning, sucking and fucking. And women have gone down in recent years. They're not good at cooking and cleaning, and nowadays, and sometimes you'll be getting starfish, and sometimes women, and there's some women that will make you think that, like, there's some women that'll just give you starfish, and think that they're doing you a favor. It's fucking it's fucking deplorable and disgusting. I'm gonna get to this comment. I remember. Yeah, I don't know the backstory. Yeah, I don't know the full story. I'm on this comment. First time I'm hearing this. I remember they had a Flintstone on vitamin, but that's kind of way off topic. But I'll read the next one. Yeah, yeah. I remember on one of the last episodes. I remember there was this song. It was a little bit catchy. I think that the Jetson daughter was like a groupie of some rock star, like Eep Op Ork. Uh. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. It was probably catchy. I guarantee you, I got it right. Yeah, Elroy. I don't remember him. I'm too much. Yeah, China. Yeah, China is all kinds of messed up. It's overpopulated. There's no free speech. I I couldn't imagine I'm living over there. Couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. I wouldn't want to. Couldn't imagine I'm living in China, and the speech restrictions. And I think they have social credit. And whatever else. It's disgusting. Probably. I think North Korea is pretty bad too, as other countries. Yeah. Yeah, there's some women, they think that you're there's some women that think that they're doing you a favor. There's some women There's some women that will give you starfish and think that they're doing you a favor, and most of these women, they'll see you, as beta. Most of the women, either they have some mental issues. Most of these women, it's either them, and and usually is them. Or they just see you, as a complete beta, and they act like they're doing you, this huge favor, by laying down, and spreading their legs open, while they milk you, as a human, ATM, while they milk you, as a pet wallet. I think they're doing you a favor just by, laying down and spreading their legs open. And meanwhile, I see sex as, here's the thing, because I do mention, peastitutes. I do mention peastitutes. I do mention, yeah, I'll go there and I'll do my thing and I'll leave, I'll donate. That's how I see it. Like the reason why I think it's the reason why I don't the reason why I endorse it. It's because it's because I don't have to really say shit. I don't have to have these pointless conversations and entertain, and conversate and quote unquote get to know each other. Because women, because women will find arbitrary reasons, to not have sex, to not meet up, and, and be flaky, So, and so I endorse it, you know. No, I endorse it, and a lot of people, they think, oh, well, it's illegal. Why is it illegal? Why is it illegal? Where is it illegal? Um, you know, why? Why is it illegal? Where is it illegal? Ask yourself that. There's countries, and there's states, you can go to where it's not. What was I talking about? Bugs, sewage, and pods in megacities, and these megacities. I think I'm going to give you my envisionment of what it will be. Yeah, but it's easier. Yeah, but it's easier, for women, to get some dick. That's the cold hard truth. It's easier in some cases, for like a 3 out of 10, to get some dick, like a 9 out of 10, man, to get some pussy. Um, what else? Yeah, so this is my envisionment of how I see the collapse and the progression of events. It's my prediction. This is my prediction. I think that they're gonna do. I have some pictures. I think they're gonna do maybe cyber attacks and really push this digital currency. And there's gonna be food problems, and there's gonna be energy. There's gonna be food and energy problems. Shortage. There's gonna be food and energy issues, and there's gonna be complete chaos, complete, complete chaos and pandemonium. There's gonna be complete chaos. I'm out in the streets, and people are gonna be. There's gonna be complete chaos, and people, fucking. Hold on, I just heard my normies. Hold on, I just heard my normie neighbors. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. So. Yeah. There's gonna be looting. There's gonna be looting. There's going to be, um, maybe cannibalism. It could be. I don't know. I don't know. We're not there yet. It could be prolonged. It could happen within 1 year. It could start happening in certain places. I heard there's tons of power outages. It could happen in one place. It could happen. It could happen more heavily in one place than another. I've been hearing power outages and in California and other places. I've been hearing a lot of fucking stuff. I almost want to link to you people. And guess what? I'm gonna use my catchphrase. I wasn't fucking there. And and it's some disgusting shit to predict. But that's what's happening. But that's what's happening. But that's what's happening. That's just the way it is. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. AKS out. I got nothing. I really don't have much more. AKS out.